There is this saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. And if you want to go far, go together. And I find that to be true from my experience with indie hacking or trying the solopreneurship route. So this is my 2 cents on why indie hacking might not be for everyone. And at the end of the video, I want to go through at what stages of building a startup or business is better to be solo, and at what stages you can actually benefit from having people working with you. This might be valuable to you if you're someone who's planning on building a startup or business. Let's go. So this year, I built and launched 2 different products to get a taste of what indie hacking is. If you have watched my Build in Public series, you might have already seen what those products are. I'm not saying those products were going to be the next Facebook or Uber, but that's not the goal of solopreneurship, because it's impossible to build the next big thing being solo. The goal is, from my understanding, is to make a good side income from $1,000 to $5,000 to supplement your main income or maybe replace it. So these are my learnings from trying the solopreneurship route. Number 1, being solo is hard. Now, don't get me wrong, there are times when you need to be solo and there are times when you need to be working with a team. I'll get that to in a minute. When you're working solo, you need to be wearing so many different hats. It is honestly hard. You need to be a developer, marketer, product manager, product owner, all at the same time. And if you're coming from a background of having full-time jobs, you're used to having teams, you're used to having structure, you're used to working with people, but none of this exists when you're a solo. Isolation and loneliness gets to you, lack of people to bounce ideas off, share your problems, heck, just to talk to. And there are times when I really want someone to be there who's also working towards the same goal. Number 2, lots to learn. Learning is great. Everyone wants to learn new things. But learning to be aware of some topic versus learning to be good at it, they're 2 different things. When you are a solopreneur, you have tons to learn. Not just learn about one skill, but learn about different aspects of building a startup or product. It's never the code. Code is something that you only write when you know there's a need to write the code. I know a lot of people, even including me, get this wrong initially. So in the beginning, you have to learn how to do market research, competitor analysis, customer reviews, surveys, all this just to get to the point of validating your idea. And by the time you get a solid grasp on all this, it's hard to get not burned out between maintaining your full-time job, your relationship, and balancing everything out. And before the execution phase even starts, you're at toast. As an indie hacker, maintaining self-motivation is really challenging. There's this honeymoon phase where when you get an idea and you get some sort of validation, you're building new features, you're learning new stuff, and it gets exciting. But once you get past that state, there comes a stage where you don't need to build anymore, but you need to actually go out and find new customers. So when you have these struggles or periods of slow progress, which are really common in early stage startups or businesses, it's really easy to lose self-motivation. Number 4, lack of income. This ties to the previous point of self-motivation. One of the biggest motivator for anyone is money. And these days, if you scroll on Twitter or X, it's hard not to see all these ARR, MRR charts that pop up. And it's not easy to not look at that and think, hey, it's doable, right? But to be honest, there are a lot of fake ARR, MRR charts on Twitter. So just don't be fooled by those. When you start on your solopreneur journey, you need to be prepared for not making any cent for a very long time. Unless you already have a following or a product that found product market fit, it's not gonna come easy. This means you need to grind for a very long time, not making a single cent, but spending money on servers, clouds, and other related costs. And this takes a hit on you. So, if you're in the same boat and have reached this part of the video, now what I think is the best way to go about this, you gotta experiment both. One works better for you. Maybe you're someone who works better as a solo. Maybe you thrive in that kind of situation, or maybe you're better working in teams. But what I have come to realize is that I enjoy working with people and it's way more fun. So this is why the new project that I'm working on has a team of people, and it has drastically improved my mood even thinking about it. Working with people is fun, especially if their skills complement each other. So if you're a dev and you might have a co-founder who's more business savvy and can take care of other aspects of building a startup or a product, like pitching the investors, getting yourself signed up to accelerators, incubators, talking to customers. It frees up your time to do what you do the best. It's much more freeing. You also have this feeling of having a support or a person to talk to about your problems, bounce of ideas, and someone who's working towards the same goal as you. So that's been my experience trying the indie hacking or solopreneurship route. And remember, there's no one size fits all kind of situation in the world of entrepreneurship. So you just gotta try both. Whether you choose to go solo or build a team, it's key to find what works for you and what aligns with your goals. I have recently shifted gears and started working on a new project with a team, and this experience has taught me that there are ideal times for you to be solo and there are times for you to be having a team around you. Maybe building the initial MVP, validating your idea, these are great times to be solo. And when it comes to building and scaling a startup or a product, to have a team around you is invaluable. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you tried the indie hacking way or building a team around you? And which one do you prefer? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, keep building.